Gonna share it. Always good to share on Twitter.
Right. We are live. Yay,
Hello.
our first episode.
What's up, everybody? Welcome. You guys know me.
Hello, everyone. I am Rayron.
We have 3 people watching, and one of them is not me for the moment because I usually have a monitor watching myself if I break up or something. So
I am definitely excited for this podcast. It's definitely something I've been wanting to do for a while now. And when you shot me the invite on Twitter about the idea, I just definitely wanted to jump on it.
I knew that. I knew you were going to do that. I thought to myself, this guy collects things, and then on his YouTube channel, he just pops them up, and I just invited him to show off like his massive Twitter. His massive stuff on Sailor Moon. Like, I think I made him happy, you know.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I've been collecting this stuff for a couple years now, probably 8 years. Right out when I got done with college, I found my first figure, which we'll get to in a minute, and it kind of just grew into an epic kind of big collection just over time. Avery, welcome.
Welcome, Avery. Always so glad to see. Avery is like one of my greatest supporters. He's been on my channel. As you know, I have 2 other podcasts. One is bi-weekly, or bi-monthly. I never know how to do that, how to say that. So it's bi-monthly, I think it is, every second Monday with Rick. We have a movie podcast called After the Weekend. And then I have my weekly program on traditional storytelling because I am also a storyteller. And that is called Unlocking Lore. That's every Thursday, 8:15 Central Time. So, and now we're starting off with Rayron. This is so cool.
I'm excited. Rogue Disney, welcome.
Hey, Rogue Disney. What's up? Thank you for coming. And of course,
welcome.
The great Grand TD. He is always so supportive. And congrats. Huge applause because he has just gained 1,200 followers on Twitter.
Nice.
And he started off just a couple months ago. I mean, the beginning of this year. So kudos to you, TD. Yeah, kudos to you. You're always so supportive. So this is like our first podcast. So we're gonna start off a little bit, kind of introducing ourselves. And for everybody who's out there, just so you know, there you go, 6 months ago. So even 1 month after I went on this with a new account. That's good, TD. That's so awesome.
That's awesome.
So what we're gonna do is Rayron and I, we're gonna be sharing our channels for this podcast. Today we're gonna start off on my channel. Just remember to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. This really helps us as independent creators, content creators. And the next 2 weeks on the 29th, I think it is.
Yep, that'll be on my Endless Collectibles channel. Now, it's kind of confusing because I do have 3 channels I'm kind of building up right now. So the best way to find me is just go to my website, rayronvr.com. You'll find all that information there.
Oh, and by the way, you guys really got to check out his website. It is really nice. It's like clean.
Try to make it appealing. Try to be a central point of everything that I do.
No, it's really nice. I went to your channel when we started with this idea, and I was just like, oh man, this is like so peaceful. I can see this, and it's not busy, and it's pretty organized. And right, kudos to you, Rayron. Really, it's a really nice website.
Well, I appreciate it. And it's like the whole Rayron concept. I do have a little biography on my channel, but the whole inception of it, the dragon and the ice theming around it, actually comes from Sailor Moon. It comes from Crystal Tokyo when they go into the 30th century. So it's kind of been inspired by that.
Oh, well, why don't you tell us about that?
So Rayron VR was originally, the whole name came from just like any other MMO that you will do. You hit the randomize button for the name, trying to create your character. It all started with WoW for me. And it was spelled Rahron. I changed it to the Y, and just kind of stuck. And then I'm into another social game called Second Life, and I created my dragon avatar out of it, and that kind of just formed the avatar that I've been just kind of pushing on all the content that I've done, and it just kind of developed from there.
Okay, that's so cool. Wow. And Sailor Moon. How did you get interested in Sailor Moon?
So this goes all the way back to the 90s.
Yeah.
So coming home from school, we watch the cartoons on the channel, either Fox Kids or Cartoon Network and ABC and all those other channels. But originally, the first show I really got into was Beast Wars, because my father was big into the Gen 1 Transformers, and he saw the Beast Wars, and I was watching with him, got hooked on that, and then I started to watch the advertisements from watching that show. And then started to see, oh, hey, there's Thundercats, which I watched a lot of. And then that led me into Sailor Moon, and I got hooked ever since.
Oh, did you see on Twitter? I think it was yesterday. This guy on Twitter said, I bought a new collectible and my wife's going to kill me.
I saw it.
It was so beautiful.
I saw it. I saw that. It's like, that's going to be something I want to grab, just not currently. Because I've always, I was the kid pretending to have the sword, because I had like this little Buzz Lightyear sword and everything. And I did the whole moves of Thundercats. It's great. But when I saw what they did to them in the present day, I was so sad.
No. What they're doing now with all the remakes, it's just, we want to hold on to like the glories of the past days. And you just can't do that. Find yourself some new content. Find yourself, be creative, create new stories. That's the idea.
Right. And there's a big, I can't remember who originally coined the phrase, but it's been the saying that's been going around through all the YouTube channels that I watch. And it's like, it is, our future content is in the past. And I firmly believe that. Like, I've been watching the old 90s show Sailor Moon on my DVD player, because like I want to enjoy stuff that I liked in the past, and starting to rediscover new cartoons and new shows that I haven't seen growing up. So, I want to get into DBZ and what's the other one? Gundam and all those other shows that I've missed, because I was so addicted to Sailor Moon, Thundercats, Beast Wars, and so forth.
Well, I grew up in Canada, as a lot of you probably know. I do not live in North America. I live in South America. So this is like an international podcast, which is pretty cool. And so there you have it, inclusion.
Right. Welcome, R2.
Hey, R2. Yeah, R2's, I knew he was going to pop in and just say hi and make sure everybody is pushing that like button and getting people to subscribe to our channels. So but I was raised in Canada, and I got into Sailor Moon because, I just got so addicted because I was like this princessy, romantic type of girl. I just love those types of novels and stories. And when I saw Sailor Moon, I was like, oh my gosh, this is so beautiful. This is such a beautiful love story. And they have, and like Lethal Lightning said, it is the most beautiful love story ever told. And I have to say, it is. So, and the thing is that I wasn't, at the time, I didn't have cable. I think I went to my friend's house to watch it. And I was like so hooked on it. And then when I left Canada, I moved to Mexico. They were rerunning the show after season 3. So after Prince Damon or Diamond, like the Crystal Tokyo part.
I think that was season 3, if I remember correctly.
That is season 3, because the season 2 was the alien ones. It was
the Doom Tree.
Yes, exactly. And then season 3 was the Black Moon.
Yep.
So after season 3, they would start it all over again. And then, so when I moved to Mexico, my brother, who knew I was a nerd and a geek and all that stuff, and he wouldn't go into that, but I was. He said, here in Mexico, they're running off all seasons of Sailor Moon. I'm like, what? And she's like, yeah, you got to go watch it. And I'm like, where is it?
Yep.
And it's true. They ran all the way through to Sailor Moon Stars. So I
Oh,
was
that's a nice
able
treat.
to, oh man, I watched everything from season 1 all the way to the end. It was such, wow. I was
Yes.
so in love.
So let's see. So I'm trying to remember. The last episode I watched was the season 4. It was Queen Nehelenia.
Yes.
And when that one finished, like, oh, it's over. And it's like, it wasn't until like the end of high school I realized, wait a minute, there's Sailor Stars.
Yes.
So like, I need to figure this out. So I did some research, and then I was able to find the subtitle Sailor Stars, and then it wasn't bad. It was nice that I got to see more of the story, but definitely not my favorite. But
I guess the thing I liked Sailor Moon Stars as in the story because she does have to do it on her own. So she doesn't have Darien there or Endymion. So so I think that makes her mature. Well, the fact that he just pulls out the ring, oh, that part, I'm like, oh my God. So beautiful. He pulls out a ring and then he just disappears.
yeah.
And it's like, what has happened? What is going on? So but yeah, I was able to watch the whole thing, and then I got like the entire view of the whole story, and it's like, wow, this is a tremendous story. What the creators did was absolutely amazing, you know. And even though I have to agree with Sailor Moon, sorry, I have to agree with Lady Graveyard or Gravemaster. No, I'm sorry, Lady Gravemaster, saying that the Sailor Stars like suck alone. Like it has to be the 3 of them together: Sailor Moon, healer, maker, and fighter, for them to work. Each one alone does not. No, they're useless. So I have to agree with her on that. But
yeah,
but
and then,
like the story. Sorry, go ahead.
and it's like the villains too. It's like you got former Sailor Scouts that turned evil. I'll have to rewatch it, but I was really confused on why they went down that path. And rereading the manga, however, it was a whole new experience, because here I am thinking, reading the manga, it's going to be kind of the same as the 90s because they're just interpreting it. I was definitely wrong. It was a whole new experience reading all through the manga and everything. It was quite inspirational. And it's definitely different from how they portrayed it from Sailor Stars from the manga. Different ending completely.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to say something. TD says, okay, guys, you heard it first. If you want to have a chance with Maria, get her on a romantic date. Thank you, TD, for the shout out, trying to get me hooked up with somebody. Unfortunately, I already have something on my mind. So friendships, and no, Rogue Disney theme parks are not involved. I wouldn't call that as a romantic date, but I thank you for trying to help me in my love life. So so yeah, and before I forget, if you guys want to join our Discord, we are having discussions. What I love about Discord, I'm just discovering it. It's so orderly. I mean, you can talk about things and you don't go like all berserk like you do on Twitter and stuff. So, so anyway, back to Sailor Moon. I think you have something to show us.
Just a few things.
Oh, that's so great. That's why it's called collectibles.
Yeah.
Crochet, collectibles, and chatting. So should I show the first one that I have here?
Yep, let's go for it.
All right, let's go.
All right, so this is Sailor Pluto. She is the first one that got me into collecting back when I was at my first location working, good old Minot, North Dakota. There was a Barnes & Noble there. And that was the time that Barnes & Noble really started to amp up its collection section a little bit, not just from books and so forth. And then, I saw Sailor Pluto. It's like, okay, I need to grab it and see where it goes. So I'll bring out the other ones. So, of course, we got our leader.
Oh yes.
There's Sailor Moon. We've got Sailor Neptune,
Right.
Sailor Uranus,
Wow.
Sailor Saturn.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's gonna be quite tight.
Everybody in the chat, share this thing on your Twitter feed for everybody to see. Rayron's Sailor Moon collection. I know a lot of people will be interested, but I'm still not at those beautiful 600 followers, where we can also use Twitter Space. We're working on it, but
All right, and
but
then the
go do
last
that.
one. Last one I
and
got this year, I finally got Sailor Mars.
Oh, cool.
So kind of what happened was, I got everyone except for Mars. Mars was definitely one of the more harder ones to find. And especially when the pandemic happened, everyone and the mother started to realize, hey, I can collect stuff and buy stuff, online and so forth. And so, with the supply and demand, prices go crazy. But most of these figures usually, if you can find them good, they're usually between $20 to $30. Sometimes depending on supply and demand, they can go up to 60. But I was fortunate enough to get it before the whole pandemic and everything. But this is kind of where it started. And then I have a anime store in my local mall that has wall scrolls. And so that's when, if you guys saw some of my Twitter posts when Lethal Lightning and Lady Grandmaster were doing their thing, that's where I shared it, because it's really hard to get in this type of space. But the wall scrolls are amazing if you can find them.
I remember that in Canada, there was also a manga store in my mall, and yes, I would get like the posters. But then when I moved to Mexico, I just I had to let go of some things, and then I ended up moving back to Peru, and I don't know where I'm going to go next. So collectibles for me, it's a little more difficult to keep because I keep moving around.
Yeah, I usually move around 2 to 3 years, so it's becoming an art. It's becoming an art form to try to move everything. Let's just say that. And it's like my most valuable stuff. They travel with me. They don't go in a moving van or anything like that.
Okay.
But just give you guys perspective. This is the boxes that they come in. This is the Girls' Memory collection, and they just come in these boxes here.
Right.
All the other ones I've thrown away because I prefer displaying versus keeping them in the box.
All right. Well, keep one just in case so that everybody can see that.
Right.
So this reminds me, when I saw Sailor Venus there somewhere, it reminded me of what Lethal Lightning and Lady Gravemaster said on their live stream, that Sailor Venus was she was like the weakest, one of the weakest before Mercury, one of the weakest ones that of the whole group. Now, in the mangas, it was clearly different. She was the leader of the whole clan after Sailor Moon, obviously, after the princess, and she was the strongest one of them all. So that was really surprising when they said, no, well, I think they were probably talking about the anime anyway. But Sailor Venus is definitely one of the weakest ones. And I'm like, I really don't know, because she was the leader. And actually, she was paired with Kunsight, who is also the strongest and the leader of the four knights that protected Endymion.
Yep. And that's one thing. Well, I don't know if I want to go into spoilers, but the manga portrays those villains differently too.
Yes, they do.
I'll just leave it at that.
Oh man. Okay, fine. Oh, it's just that there's just so much. It's just so much. But anyway, there it is. That's the manga. I have them on digital. If anybody wants them, they can just DM me, because I have. I found a site where you can download them as EPUB, PDF, or any other format. I think it was like 6 formats you can download them, and all of the mangas. And since I really don't have a chance to buy like the physical ones, so it's like, well, then I'll just get, you know, the digital ones.
Yeah, I always prefer physical media. I
Oh,
tried
I do too.
I tried to go digital, but it just for my eyes and everything, I prefer to have the physical copy.
No, that's great. No, a physical is definitely best. I prefer to have my books, you know, but since it's not possible for me, it's like I still want to enjoy like the stories.
Mm-hmm.
So R2, thank you for coming. I know you always drop by, and I will see you tomorrow on my storytelling. Oh gosh, my brain is so fried. My storytelling podcast. So and something that also really got me thinking was you have Sailor Venus who has this love chain. You have Sailor Jupiter who has a lightning. You have Sailor Mars who has fire. There she is. And I was thinking these portray the Roman gods because Jupiter was said to be like the god of lightning and thunder. Mars was the god of war. There she is. That was my first cosplay, you know.
Nice.
It was the only thing I got my hands on. I think my mom still has a picture of that somewhere. I don't.
Yeah, you speak about these gods and everything, and you know Sailor Moon was the one that got me into astrology as well, researching the planets. Hashtag Pluto still a planet, but and all the symbols and the meanings behind them, and you start going into Greek mythology, and then you go into Roman mythology, and it was a great way to just get into that type of history.
And then Neptune has the power of water. Which is obviously the god of water. There she is, and obviously she has aqua green hair. So I'm guessing that the creators got inspiration from that. I mean, that's the only possible answer that I can get.
Yeah, that's fair.
Well, the Sailor Neptune, right? Yeah, because Sailor Uranus was Earth. Yeah, some sort of earth-breaking
I can't
power.
remember now.
Yeah, it's just that I've recently, since I acquired these mangas, I've been reading them up, and I have to say my favorite ones is 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah,
I just love 1, 2, and 3. Oh man, it was so nice. Like the way they again meet Endymion and Serenity, and which is why I personally like Sailor Moon Crystal much more because they are based on the mangas, and there's like a lot more detail in the story, as in like their relationship in Sailor Moon Crystal. I just prefer that one. It's not that I don't like the original. I do. It's beautiful, but I just love the mangas.
Yeah, and that's what I keep telling people. Is like if you're going to get into Sailor Moon, do your best to watch the 90s first and then get into the manga, because then you'll appreciate the manga and Crystal a lot more. If you come into Crystal or the manga first, then you won't have, I won't say you won't have appreciation, but the 90s will probably leave you confused.
Yes.
Lady Gravemaster said it best on the stream a couple weeks ago, that the 90s Sailor Moon was more heavily censored. That's why you got that awkwardness between Uranus and Neptune, and the Sailor Stars was not even aired in the US. You had to get the subbed version.
Yes.
And with Crystal, now with everything being more relaxed and acceptable and so forth, you're starting to see the original Sailor Moon come to life with Crystal. And that's why it's this new love. It's a proper remake, essentially.
Yeah, that's true. And well, the graphics that they did in Crystal, I'm sorry, but they are just so gorgeous.
Yeah,
they are gorgeous. So that's another reason why I love Sailor Moon. It's nice to see. It's just nice to see.
And I'm on board with Lethal Lightning. My girl is definitely Mars.
Oh gosh, okay.
It's my favorite. Yep, Mars was just that leadership mentality, the grownness of her and her attitude towards everything. Yeah, she was my favorite.
I didn't like her. She bullied. She bullied Sailor Moon. That's why I didn't like her. The only
It's
reason I got
tough
her
love.
No, the only reason I got her cosplay was because it was the only thing I kept my hands on, and it was really bad anyway. I hope my mom tore up that picture actually.
Oh no.
I'm sitting on the couch with her reading, and I have my cosplay, and I'm like so happy. And besides, if you ever see me on my other streams where I have my camera on, I'm not blind, so I can never be Sailor Moon. I desperately wanted to be Sailor Moon because she was the princess, and I desperately wanted to be a princess. But anyway.
But I do have to give props to the creator. I
Yes.
can't remember her name, but she has definitely protected and safeguarded this anime. And as you're starting to see, it's definitely grown and matured. And we're seeing that it's a heavily protected franchise. Like, I was really surprised that when I started seeing more merchandise comes out, because it was very strict with the creator. She was always wanted to have our hands on all the franchises and the merchandising for all of the products. That's why you haven't seen much of it until recently. And all the products have been coming out. They're still being faithful to the manga and to her vision, and you just don't see that much nowadays.
You know what you're missing? I think Chibi.
I just brought her out to the front.
No, that's Chibi. That's Chibi Usa.
Chibi. Yeah, the chick from Stars. They have not made anything of her in this scale yet, to my understanding. I'll have to do some more research, but
okay. So that would complete your oh well, you would have to get Sailor Stars as well, but I think that collection right there is just, it's perfect because Sailor Moon Stars, if I'm not mistaken, Sailor Stars are like from another part of the galaxy, and they have their own princess.
Yep.
Who they have to protect, and it's not Serenity. So these ones are.
Yep. And that's why I wish they would expand more upon it, but I understand that the author is kind of retired, living the good life and so forth. Don't blame her.
Yeah.
But
well, if they did expand it, I don't know what they would do with it.
Well, so DeviantArt has been like my heaven for fan fiction, fan art. So one thing that they can go into is the Zodiacs. There's plenty of fan art of Sailor Zodiacs out there depicting what they would look like and so forth. And that's helped me expand into the lore a little. Well, there's more fan lore, but just getting my, dose of it. Because I've always wanted the story to go into the 30th century. I always wanted to see Crystal Tokyo in its entirety, and just never get that, unfortunately.
Well, no, because in one of the mangas she says, my duties have changed, and I can no longer be Sailor Moon, the guardian.
Yeah.
So I have to. That's up to you, Sailor Moon from the past. So I guess if the manga is called Sailor Moon, I mean, she can't really continue if she can't transform, Yep. So, and then the Sailor Asteroids, who are the guardians of Chibi Usa.
Oh, yeah.
Chibi Moon, yeah.
Yeah, the 90s version don't do them justice. The manga did.
Yeah, no, the manga did actually, and it was I had forgotten them completely until I recently read them again, and I'm like, oh yeah, they were sailors also, but they didn't have that much of a starlight. They didn't have like a light on their story, and the manga did. So, but anyway.
Yep. So the manga did the villains better, and did Tuxedo Mask better too.
Oh yes, I really liked him in the mangas. It's not that I didn't like him in like the anime version, and the fact that I don't know. I think it's in the 3rd season that he breaks up with Serena. Yes, it's in the 3rd season in the Black Moon. It was just heartbreaking, and but in the manga, I don't know. It's just that he takes care of Serenity a lot better than
Oh yeah.
than he did it in the anime.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I think that's when Moonlight Night comes into play too, if I remember correctly.
yeah, that's true.
And that I can't find any figures for because I love the concept of the Moonlight Night.
You got Endymion got there?
I do, but not with me currently.
Okay.
I'll have to go grab it.
No,
It's
no,
the
no.
only
That we're gonna keep it under wraps so that
I can
people
save it for next time.
Definitely. So you can build on curiosity.
Right.
And no, I'm not jealous. I'm so not jealous. No, definitely not jealous.
But that's the thing about these collections. You know, people get what's the phrase I can say? They get disoriented because you see this collection. It looks like it costs a lot of money, which it does. But keep in mind, this is over time. I've been collecting for, like I said, 8 years. So if you gotta start somewhere, and then naturally it'll grow into a massive collection, and then it's something you can be proud of. So it just takes time.
I'm currently working on my female character. I have been having a lot of problems with my crochet recently, as in I had to unravel a lot. Don't take them all out, huh?
Oh, I got one more surprise, but I need the whole space first.
Cool. Definitely. So, oh man, I still haven't chosen. I still haven't decided if I'm going to do Serenity. I'm really eager, like the princess, Serenity, Hikaru from Magic Knights Rayron, which is another anime that I really enjoyed, and even more the mangas. A beautiful story. It was only 2 seasons, but I think that was enough to complete the character arc. And then, or Heroine, because I did promise the Dunedain that I would do Aragon. So I still haven't decided. Oh my god.
So I'm going to tease just a little bit. So this is my latest introduction to my collection. They just released these. These are brand new. And there's 2 of them. This is one of them. This is the latest one, I believe. And now for a first premiere, because I haven't showed this on my channel or Twitter or anything. I put it together yesterday for this occasion. Here she is.
Sailor Moon Eternal.
So when Sailor stars, she gets her internal form, and that's the figure for it.
That's the most powerful Sailor Moon that there is.
Yep. If you don't count manga, I think there's one more form of hers, and I can't remember. She takes a different name.
No, that's actually Chibi Chibi. That's Chibi Chibi, because if you look at her buns, they're heart buns. I figured that out. I'm like, wait a minute, this is not Sailor Moon. This is Chibi Chibi.
I'll have to reread because I could have sworn it was Sailor Moon, but she took a different name. And I can't remember her name now.
If you give me a second, I will tell you, because I do have them on my iPad, and
Unless it's just a fan art that I'm thinking of.
Chibi Chibi. That's right. The name is. Oh gosh, where are you? I'm at the part where she's going to get married, something like that. And you can keep talking while I find it.
Yeah, I'm just trying to remember, because I think it's the end of the manga 12.
Yeah.
I'll have to reread it.
I have it right in front of me. It says Chibi Chibi. I think she's some sort of Sailor Cosmos. That's it.
That's it. Cosmos. Yep.
I am Sailor Cosmos. Cosmos?
Yep.
No, it can't be. Are you the ultimate future form of Sailor Moon? And then it continues, and I will leave you to see.
Sailor Cosmos. That's spoiler, a little bit of spoiler, but yeah, I want Sailor Cosmos in figurine form. Hasn't happened yet.
Okay. Well, it'll come. I mean, eventually, because if people show an interest, well, I'm hoping that people that these people who create these figurines will obviously make them, but you never know. Nowadays, it's just so crazy. People are doing remakes of stuff that don't need remakes, you know?
Yeah, and that's why I'm really hoping that it continues to be gatekeeper through the creator. So far, we've been good.
Yeah,
So
it's good. And it's so amazing because if you look at YouTube, Sailor Moon is so popular and it's so, yeah, it's so well loved, it's so beloved that they did the original song in Japanese instruments, like the
mhm.
Sailor Moon one. And oh, it sounded so beautiful. Oh wow. Okay, so those are two types of collectibles, right?
Yeah,
Files.
two different companies, two different sizes.
Right.
I don't know the exact sizes that they are, but if they're like 1/6, 1/4, or whatever.
Hmm. But they're no, wow, that's really beautiful.
And then they've been coming out with a small, like half scale of this one just
Hmm.
recently.
Okay, that's cool. So yeah, and any future purchases in mind?
So I gotta blame Az from good old Heel Furs Babyface because he's introduced me to a website called Hot Toys, and they've got a lot of Sailor Moon stuff. So I've already
Oh,
pre-ordered
excited.
one.
I thought Hot Toys was like his not his brand, but his his account because he likes collectibles also.
So he basically parried the Hot Toys website. So there's actually a company that makes all the figurines is called Hot Toys, but
Oh,
he changes the hot to HAWT instead of HOT as
yeah.
a spin-off of that
Hmm.
company.
Oh, that's smart. You should pay him for it.
You're right. But
Wow.
yeah,
So
I
beautiful.
can't wait for that figure to come in.
You're not going to tell us what it is, right?
I actually posted on Twitter, and Lady Gravemaster also ordered one.
Really? I didn't
Yep.
see it.
Yep.
I think Twitter's messing around with my account, I don't have that many followers. As in, I don't follow a lot of people because I like to keep up on what's going on with the people who I do follow, and
Right.
obviously, and I don't know. I guess I like to see the content before, but I'm not getting, for example, all your tweets and Lady Gravemaster either. So it's like
Oh,
Twitter's
that's weird.
messing with my account.
Oh no.
But anyway, that's great. That's really wonderful. I think it's my turn to pull up my Sailor Moon.
Go for it.
After seeing that beautiful collection, do you think I really want to show people my stuff?
Oh, we all gotta start somewhere.
Oh, come on. It's like my the only Sailor Moon that I have. And I gave it to my friend as a wedding present. Yeah, no, I don't regret it. I definitely don't regret it. She deserves it. She's a big Sailor Moon fan like me. It's the thing is that she doesn't speak English. So
Oh, gotcha.
yeah, so
Yeah,
that was the problem.
after doing a lot of digging and researching, I didn't realize how much of Sailor Moon products are actually out there. In the 90s, they came out with a trading card game collection of Sailor Moon, and I'm trying to get that as well.
Okay, so I'm going to share with the people here just very quickly. This is my Sailor Moon. Cha-chan! That's it.
Yay!
Yay!
All that
That's my
background now.
Sailor Moon. I did that. So I created her from scratch using a pattern, and I kind of tweaked it. I had to I had to adjust the pattern to make it like more feminine. She still has, if you could see, I mean, she's nice. Yes, thank you, TD. I know she's beautiful, but she's still very, very much, kind of big-legged for my taste. You have to remember that I was just beginning to start these crochet figurines, and I'm getting better at it, thankfully. But everybody was just like, "It's so beautiful." I'm like, "Thank you so much." So actually, this is a picture, my friend's picture, uh, when she got the present, and it's like, "This is for you because I know you're getting married, and I know you love Sailor Moon,
Aw,
so
that's
this
awesome.
is for you." And she's like, "Maria, thank you." And she posted this picture with her, with her, with her backdrop of her laptop. So,
Okay.
and because of this picture, actually, there's one guy on Twitter who was really interested in buying this particular figurine. So he's just waiting for me to have a little bit more time and be able to do it for his fiance.
Oh, that's
And I'm like,
awesome.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
you got an Etsy store too, right? You trying to spin up?
I do. Okay, but that is kind of like I do it basically because, okay, I'm gonna stop sharing. I'm gonna show your stuff because it's prettier. Um, so I do have my Etsy shop. I started it off like a few months ago, like in April or May, because it does give a lot. Uh, it gives people like a sense of it's trustworthy. Like her products are trustworthy.
Hmm.
But if you go to my Etsy shop, I just have like two things on it because I do not have a lot of traffic. So and Etsy actually is pretty expensive. You know, they ask, I think they ask for 15% of whatever you're selling.
Gotcha.
So I'm like, wow, 15%. That's a lot. And then I thought, well, okay, but yeah, I mean, I guess it's worth it because they are giving you the platform and you can get people to advertise you. So I go, okay, yeah, well, that's fair.
Yeah, I've
So,
never been a seller, so I don't know numbers. I know eBay's been kind of going crazy lately too. I've been finding a lot of my deals lately on Facebook Marketplace.
oh, okay. I tried Facebook Marketplace as well, but that didn't work out.
Yeah, I'm mostly a buyer, not a seller. I wouldn't
Yeah.
sell on Facebook Marketplace.
Well, but anyway, if anybody wants to purchase a beautiful figurine, a crochet figurine, custom made, um, you can just go directly. You can just DM me directly, and we'll start business. So, and or if you prefer to go to the Etsy shop, you can go to the Etsy shop, pay there, and you'll definitely get it. So, I can show you guys at least what I'm working on, but please do not get scandalized on what you're going to see. Remember that I'm working on it. Okay. So, oh, great. So I'm just going to stop sharing this. I'm going to move around so that you can see. And I'm going to start my camera. So there it is. This is, sorry, my
Oh
bad.
no.
Yeah, sorry, my bad. All right, so I'm just going to move on this side here. I'm going to turn on the light. There we go. So there it is. So this is what I'm working on right now. I told you guys not to get scandalized because she is, let's just say, she is how the creator brought her to the world.
Yay.
And then obviously you have, this is my two collectibles. That's all I have.
Oh, but those are nice though.
Thank you.
Handmade too. It's
Yeah, handmade Peruvian yarn. You're not going to get this anywhere. This is one of a kind. I hate embroidering, but this one came out pretty well. I'm sorry, I don't have a good camera right now. So her eyes are hand embroidered. Everything is done, by me. I did not have a pattern for her leg goose. This is one of my favorite characters of Star Wars. I think Ahsoka Tano is one of the, apart from Cara Dune, We love Cara Dune.
We love Cara Dune. Yep.
Yeah. And shout out to Gina Carano. We love you. We do.
We do.
So,
matter of fact, I may have yesterday bought a chibi print of her.
oh, from Tabitha?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
So-
shout out to Tabitha.
So I will be showing that when I get that in.
Oh, she's going to be so happy. You're going to make her so happy.
Because one of the things I collect is prints, because seeing these artists and seeing their interpretation and making it better and expanding, it's not necessarily lore because it's not official, it's fan lore, the way I'll call it. But just having a print of that fan lore, it makes it so much better. I have so much of it too.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, well, definitely when you get that in, you can show it off on the podcast.
Yep, planning on it.
So that's great. Anything else you would like to share? If not,
No, that's
think that's
pretty
it?
much all I had on the agenda. Just
Okay.
showing off the figures and where it started, and just talking about my favorite show of all time, and that's Sailor Moon.
okay.
It's just such a great story. Highly recommend it. Again,
Yeah.
definitely if you can get it. I think the Apple Store and I think Amazon has the 90s. I'll have to double check. But start with the 90s, and then from there read the manga, and then go into Crystal.
Oh, look, Rogue Disney says, and thank you, TD. That's it's beautiful. Thank you very much. Yeah, I got prints after my first Comic Con.
That is the best way to go. I've been to a few Comic Cons now. The biggest one I've been to was the one in Salt Lake City, because that's where I'm originally from. I think it's like the second. It's alternate. Sometimes it's the second biggest in the country. Sometimes it's the third behind, obviously, San Diego and New York. But I bought a lot of prints on Sailor Moon stuff, Pokemon, Digimon, Beast Wars, all those shows I bought prints for. And it's definitely the best way to go. Sometimes the authors are there and they can sign it, and it's just great. I love Comic Cons.
You guys are so lucky. I have no Comic Cons here. I can all run around in my house with my cosplay and pretend that I am in a Comic Con. So, and my first was San Diego. Not a good choice. I left broke.
Yep. Yeah, usually the only things I buy are prints, because normally when I go into collecting, I think, especially if I'm like traveling, the first thing I think about is, okay, what can I afford? What's my budget? And then the second thing I think about is, what items can I grab that no one else can buy, or it's not on the marketplace out there? What are the unique things that I know for a fact I can't buy online or on eBay or on Facebook Marketplace? So those are the things I typically go after, and I found myself just going after prints, because those ones are usually rare. You can't find it, in your mom and pop store or online and so forth. So those are the things I tend to gravitate towards.
Oh, that puts me in the spotlight.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're not going to find a beautiful crochet Sailor Moon anywhere, I can assure you. And if you do, they really suck.
Well, I've got some ideas.
Aha.
So
we can talk business after this.
Mm-hmm. Yep, the figures that I can't find, I know exactly what to do.
Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, you're definitely gonna have the best collection ever.
And that's the greatest thing. That's the great thing about collection, is that you define your own collection. You buy the things you want to buy, things that you're passionate about, and then once you're comfortable with it, feel free to share it, because there's going to be other people out there that enjoy the same thing that you do. And I mean, that's how this podcast came to be.
Yeah, it's true. And hopefully, we're going to start building our own audience of people who like collectibles. And maybe, just maybe, we can get some people who have these other amazing collections. I know Neurodorotic, has, he definitely shares his collection on all of his videos. So I'm still unpacking, but I have to find my bashed Gundam that looks like Sailor Mercury.
Oh, I know the struggles too of building models, because my father got me into model airplane, and that got me into Warhammer 40K, and then that got me into model railroading. So kit bashing, plastic parts, Gundam stuff, yeah, I'm all into that too.
Rogue, you gotta join our Discord, because I can have a channel on model building, and you can get some really great. Maybe you can find some really great stuff there.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I'm the jack of all trades, master of none. I just do things and collect things, and
Hey, that's me too. I'm Jill of all trades.
but
I have a good bio.
But yeah, that's a great thing about this podcast. We can have guests who are interested, who have these closet collections, and you guys can share it with us. And that's the great thing about this podcast, is that it's not just going to be me. You know, a lot of other people share stuff too.
No, and we can talk about like this. I mean, I have never talked so deeply about Sailor Moon, like ever. Because like my friends, I did have friends who did enjoy Sailor Moon. I mean, there was one who literally I went to her house to watch Sailor Moon because I never had cable. So she was definitely into it. But then afterwards, like the deeper stuff, like the lore, like the mangas, it's like you don't find those people that easily. I found them in Mexico. Now that I remember, I did go to a very, very, very small convention in Mexico, and oh, look at that! Oh, that's pretty. And I remember that you recently put up on your channel cards. Oh my gosh! Oh my god! Oh, the drawings are just so beautiful. They're just so beautiful. So I remember going to this convention, and there were a lot of people who did know about Sailor Moon. Oh, so pretty, so pretty. And I was able to talk with them. But then I moved and I never found them again, and that's Sailor Moon Stars. Yep, that's so beautiful. And you know what? Everybody's loved. I mean, Sailor Moon just loves everybody. She loves them for what they are.
Yeah, and it's a great story from here. You've got this whiny teenager to the leader of, I don't want to say mankind, but just a full-blown warrior, like the true hero's journey. That's something you don't see much anymore nowadays. No,
it's true. And I did find a family tree of the Moon Dynasty. That was interesting. I found it on Pinterest, I think it was, a couple months ago. And it said, it gave like a theory of who Sailor Moon's father was, because you don't know.
Yeah, you don't know.
You don't know who he was, so it's kind of a mystery. And they do a theory as to who he was and put him there. I don't remember right now his name, so.
Yeah, I didn't dig much into the lineage. Probably something I gotta do for homework.
Another thing that the manga, well, I don't really want to give spoilers onto Lethal Lightning's podcast with Lady Gravemaster, but one of the topics that I really would have loved to discuss with them was the inner Sailor Senshi with the four knights. Because they were paired off, but also not only by strength, but also by interest, you know.
Yep.
So you got Kunsight, Zoisite, Nephrite, and Jediite, you know, who are actually rocks. They're crystals, you know.
Yep.
So and they're paired off. Like Kunsight is with Venus because those two were the strongest. You got Nephrite it was so typical, with Jupiter. They were a couple. Jediite with Mars, and then you had Zoisite, who they depict in the anime in North America. They depict him as a her.
Yep.
So I always thought he was a she, and it wasn't. It was a he. You know, and just recently in the manga and Sailor Moon Crystal, I thought, oh wow, oh no, it was a he.
Yep, and that's just one of the differences that you got from the 90s back then and then now.
Mm-hmm.
That's why if you just watch the 90s and want to get back into it, the manga is going to blow your mind.
And then, well, I didn't like the anime pairing up Nephrite with Molly. I mean,
I was not a fan of that.
I understand it because he did change. He did change in the first season. He did change his character for Molly, but I was like, no, I don't know why, but they like it would be so nice if they paired up with the sailors.
Yeah.
You know? And that's what the manga did, you know. And afterwards, fans started like pictures and drawings of the two, like of the four couples together, and I'm like, oh, this is pretty. This
Yeah.
is so this works. This works. So wow. Wow. It's almost 9 o'clock. Oh my gosh. Time flies when
Time
fun.
flies. Yeah. Oh, I
This
love
is
it.
such a good idea. Thank you, Rayron, for accepting at a short notice.
No,
my
thank you for the
suggestion.
idea. It's like you messaged me saying we should do this. Like I'm 100% on board because I've been wanting to do this for a while. I've been trying to do something smaller scale, nothing this
Mhm,
big and
mhm,
cross channel before, and I've always wanted to do
mhm,
it.
mhm.
And when you when you said that idea to do a podcast, I guess like I'm 100% on board.
Yeah, and it was really exciting. It was really exciting to think that wow, after like some time you get together with people and just talk, you know, the stuff that you like. And I promise everybody that after in our next podcast, I will have decided the character that I am currently crocheting. How I got into crochet is just another story. You guys are going to be surprised and you're going to laugh at how I started. Because this kind of stuff you learn from your grandmother, you know. And I think I remember my grandma trying to teach me how to knit, but it didn't work out. And then my mom, when I asked her, tried to teach me how to crochet and didn't work. And then I had to do something different. And then I started crocheting like just a couple of years ago. So and it was because I had to. I had a need to do something to give out gifts. I
Hmm.
was like thinking, what is the fastest thing I can do, cheapest way, and it looks good. I'm like something handmade. Okay, fine, something handmade. What is the fastest thing that I can do, handmade? I'm like, why don't I try crochet? I'm like, okay. So I bought myself a crochet. I bought myself some yarn, and I looked up tutorials. And that's how I started.
Yep.
Basically, that's all. I had to give out gifts, thank you gifts, and I had to give out. I have a niece who is an only child, so she doesn't have everything that she wants, but a lot of it. And I am not a. Let's see. I do not have money. That's the thing. I cannot buy her like big, huge presents. So I was thinking, well, what can I give her that she doesn't have and she will never have? It's like, okay, well, since I'm crocheting already, why don't I give her a hat? Okay, a beanie. That's easy, right? But it has to be a special beanie. I thought, what can I give her? I know a beanie with the colors of the Toronto Maple Leafs, so I can start her off in the good path because I'm a huge hockey fan, and the Maple Leafs are the best team in the world. The best is the best team in the world. So I did. Unfortunately, she grew, and
Oh,
yeah, and the hat does not fit her anywhere. Thank you so much, Rogue Disney, for coming along. I hope you had fun. It's just chatting and showing off stuff. I mean, it's not huge, but definitely worthwhile and having fun. Oh my gosh, and it's streaming Tabitha.
oh, speak of the devil.
Oh my gosh, streaming Tabitha. You have no idea. We were just talking about you. We were.
So I'm a big fan of chibis. I mean, just look at my dragon top right-hand corner, and I'm a fan of prints. So when I found your store, it's like, okay, time to buy it. Can't wait to get it.
Dreaming Tabitha, you have one of your customers on the podcast. Of course, good things. He bought you a chibi print. So yay!
Good old Gina Carano. Massive
Yes.
shout out for you. Those prints are awesome. I'm a huge fan of prints. We're just talking about it. Like I go to Comic Cons to find prints, and then I saw your Etsy store. It's like, yep, I'm gonna buy one because I wanted something Gina Carano, and you know the market's in demand of it right now. But I saw that I was like, that's perfect. Now I got my Gina Carano.
Her figurines are gone, right?
Yeah, they're hard to find. The ones I have found, they're easily going $50, $60.
Oof! Wow. Okay.
And it's in the hundreds online. So.
Wow. Okay. So yay, Dreaming Tabitha, you have somebody who purchased your print. So happy. And Dreaming Tabitha, we gotta talk afterwards because you bought a hoodie, a blue hoodie, and I bought a red hoodie. So.
Definitely excited.
Yeah. I'm pretty proud of that image. Turned out better than I thought. Of course, Tabitha. You're a great artist. Everybody should go check out her page. She's getting near to 200 subscribers, huh?
Yay.
I've been checking out your channel, Tabitha. You're getting there. You're definitely getting there. And you're definitely a lot closer to the 600 followers needed to do Twitter Space. I'm so obsessed. We are so obsessed, Rick and I. We just want to use Twitter Space. We need 600 followers to get there. So.
I'm just happy with the audience that we do have. Thankful every day.
Yeah, well, it's really awesome. The community that we have is so great. It really is great, huh? But anyway, Dreaming Tabitha, we were just closing up. We were closing up the shop. Some great collection. He just shared with us one manga, and this is his recent purchase of Sailor Moon Eternal, which is so beautiful, so gorgeous. So the hoodies are comfy. Everyone's drooling over my phone. We are, but that's okay. That's fine. That's cool. Everything's cool. Just going back to church. Oh, that's cool. Okay.
Oh, thanks for dropping by.
Yeah, thank you for coming. And don't forget, tomorrow I have my storytelling podcast as always. This week has been utterly insane. I told Rayron and Rick that I will be adjusting timetables with them. No, well, basically with Rayron because with Rick we already have a schedule. Because I can't. It's like really insane having 3 live streams in like 1 week. And I'm like, oh my god, how am I gonna?
Oh, it's all good.
But yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, we'll announce the dates on our Twitter feeds for October.
Yeah, definitely. Trust me, I don't know why I have those followers. You have them because you deserve them, Tabitha. You should know that. You have them because you deserve them. There's this new account, this Lord of the Rings account that was recently made in September, and he or she already has more followers than I do. And I'm like, yay! I'm really happy for you. I'm a little bit jealous, but I'm really happy for you because good content deserves followers. And trust me, Tabitha, yours is good content. So anyway, I think we have to wrap this up. We have been chatting. We have been having a good time. We have been seeing beautiful collectibles. If you do have collectibles and you would like to share them, send us a DM. We can schedule a podcast. So a little bit later on, because we're just building up, and Rayron still has so much to show us.
Yep. I got plenty.
So next time, we will be on Rayron's channel. He will be posting up the link.
Yep. So you'll be able to find me. The best way to find my content is basically going to my website, and I'll drop that in the chat right now. But it's going to be at rayronvr.com. I'm trying to spin up a couple channels. It's going to be on the Endless Collectibles channel. That's where I just showcase everything that I have in my collection, not just Sailor Moon. I'm also do TCG, trading cards, and pop vinyls, and just anything that I've got at this point. So that's where this podcast will be going over there on that channel.
Yeah. Thank you, Avery, as always.
Thank you.
I don't know how you have the time to listen to me. He's already been on the Monday stream. Now he's on the Wednesday stream, and he may be on the Thursday stream. Thank you so much, Avery. Really, I really do appreciate the support. I'm just an artist making my way through the world. So thank you so much for coming, guys, and be sure to check our Twitter accounts, share, subscribe to both our channels. It really does help. Share with your friends so that they can find us. And we'll see you guys in the next time.
See you guys next time.
Bye.